The P Market is the best place for all your retro needs in Ontario. He has hundreds of titles for all the system you can possibly imagine. Even the hardest one and the rarest one, he possibly has it. Ranging from Sega Genesis to 3DO to Jaguar to Philips CDI, this guy has it all. He has two locations that you can go and visit him, from 109 North Front Street in Belleville and open only Sundays at 2079 Carp Road in Stittsville. He also does system repairs and also he does trade-ins. So don't be a stranger. Go over there and go get your collection started. It is the best place ever. And welcome back for another exciting review. Today I have a RPG which is very rare for the Sega Saturn, and it's probably one of the best RPGs for the system. So why don't we go take a look at this game right away, and my game today obviously is Shining Force 3 for the Sega Saturn. Shining Force 3 is a Sega Saturn exclusive, and it is a tactical RPG. It was released in May of 1998, and it was designed by Camelot Software Planning. Which is kind of cool but sad is that the game had 3 episodes. So the one that we got here in the US is episode 1. We never had the other 2 episodes. When Japan, they have episode 1, 2, and 3. It's a big storyline. It's kind of sad that, we didn't get those versions, but in 1998, the Sega Saturn was pretty much dead. Sony and Nintendo were just dominating the market, and the Saturn didn't do as well in the US as it did in Japan. In Japan, they had a full, I believe like 6 to 8 years worth of content, and we only got 3. The story for this game is actually pretty good. I won't spoil anything here, but basically, just like the other Shining Force a lot, an emperor has been kidnapped and the Republic has been framed for the crime, and now the Empire and the Republic seems to heading for war. So if you played a lot of tactical RPGs, it's always seemed the same types of storyline, like different faction and they don't like each other. And anyways, you're not gonna find any voice acting in this game, but it has some serious good writing. Now for the gameplay in this game, you do have up to 27 controllable character. A lot of them will join, some of them you might have to convince, but 27 is a big amount for a game like this. And this was the first time that, at that time, that Shining Force was introduced in fully 3D. The game also is fairly long. You can easily beat it in 40 hours, which is really good. And it's fairly basic to play. You see that the floor is flashing, and this is the amount of space you can move at your free will. And you go towards an enemy, you press attack, and then you will see the screen switch into 3D polygons for character models, which was the first at the time. And you'll see their attack and stuff like that. It was pretty cool for its time. And each character is pretty unique. They all have their set of different skill and different spells. You got healers and mage and archers and etc. The list is pretty big. But beware, this game can be tough. If you don't purchase the necessary items and you don't prepare for your next battle while you're in town, the game can be punishing. It's not impossible, but you will have these big areas and a lot of monsters to fight. It seems sometimes that it's way too overwhelming. But that's what was cool about the first 3 Shining Forces, that you had a world map, you could explore towns, You could find secrets, buy equipments and stuff like that. And you know, it's too bad that today the Shining Force series are really not the same. You know, they should have stick to the same style that they always have. The controls for this game are actually pretty solid. The only thing that's a pain in the butt is you know, moving the camera, because the geometry gets in the way sometimes and you can't see, and you always have to switch the camera around. But you do have 3 fields of view. You know, you can zoom really close to the character, really come out of the character. Also, one of the best part about this game, it's its music. I believe that the music was made by the same guy that has done the Star Ocean series, so his soundtrack is pretty damn good and epic. Now, I also believe, in my opinion, you know, I grew up with a Sega Saturn, and you know, I believe that this game pushes the Sega Saturn to its limits. It's never been as powerful as the PlayStation 1, but you know, the Sega Saturn did have its fair share of good RPG. Not a whole lot, but for what they had, you know, it was pretty good stuff. So if you ever played Shining Force 1 and 2 on the Sega Genesis, you're gonna feel right at home with this game. I mean, beside, you know, the fact that it's 3D, it's the same type of gameplay. The good stuff for this game, it does have a really good story. It's just too bad because, you know, we only got one of the episode here. We really can't find out the whole story, but for what you get here is really good. It is a very long game. It's easily 40 hours plus, and the music is absolutely great in this game. There's not a whole lot of bad stuff to say about this game. Besides, like I said, the camera angles, you know, because of the geometry, it is a pain in the ass sometimes to look around a corner, because you'll get into a house or somewhere and there's going to be a lot of walls, and it's always a pain in the butt to constantly turning the camera. It also sucks that we're missing 2 of the episode. I would have loved to find out more about that storyline, but I'm going to have to be content with what we've got. And yes, it can be overwhelming and it can be tough if you're not prepared for your next battles, because the battles in this game can take, you know, quite a bit of time sometimes to complete them. So there you go, that is my review of Shining Force 3 for the Sega Saturn. The part that really sucks the most about this game is the fact that it is very hard to find. You could easily spend almost $200 to find yourself a copy. But I mean, it's totally worth it. If you're a fan of the series, I mean, I really strongly suggest that you play it, because you will not be disappointed with this game. So I hope you all enjoy this review, and thank you for watching.